Hello, this is Soundout here, back from another Power Rangers Samurai review. Today we have Power Rangers Samurai Octozord with Mega Ranger light figure. Again, I'm using the iPad. Seemed to work for my last video, so I'm probably going to continue using this from now on. So you can see the pictures a little clearer, and you can see all the dings and discolorations in my backdrop. I need a new one. Anyways, this figure was released a long time ago. I think about July-ish, maybe? Yeah, I've had mine since about November. It came out, it was very limited, very hard to find. Eventually I had to get mine off of Amazon. But I do have it, and I've been meaning to review it, but I misplaced Mr. Gold here, and I didn't want to do an incomplete review. So, do not fear, here he is, and I hope to catch up on my Samurai reviews this week. That is the plan. So anyways, we'll start looking at the Gold Ranger it comes with. As you can see here, it is a basic Mega Mode Gold Ranger, Mega Ranger Light, I should say. He has his blade, he is holding it backwards, the way he does, so that is cool. He's in a stance with the stop in the name of love pose. His articulation is limited to his wrist swivel, his waist swivel, his neck swivel, and his arm does nothing, so he's still stuck saying talk to the hand. So yeah, I mean, there you go. It's a very basic figure, a little cool little addition. I'll look at Octo here. Now Octo being the Samurai Ranger Light's main Zord. He also has the Claw Zord, which I did review. I did review that, didn't I? Oh yeah, I did. And so it is really cool. It's got a white and purple-ish color scheme. It does look a little discolored here. I still got a lighting system to fix. Let's see if I can brighten this a little bit. Anyways, it might look better in post, but there you go. It is a squid. It is called the Octozord. It's not an octopus. It's only got 5 legs. I mean, really? But then again, we have things called Sharkzord. That's obvious. That has legs. We'll get to that in a little bit. For articulation, you can see you can move. There's some wheels in the back. We'll talk about it later. You can move his little thing up and down. You can move his arms. Those move. These move in, but not out. He also does spin. If you position his legs up, you can be like, wee, and then he doesn't spin as well as the Japanese version, which just consistently spins. That's because this has a gimmick. Now, the whole gimmick involves folding down these legs and folding these out kind of like this and resting him like that. And then you take your Gold Ranger, and he sits on top here, like so. And then you just roll him along, and the tentacles spin. So that is the entirety of the gimmick. He rolls, and it spins. Yep, nothing too interesting there, but you can do that. This is all the interaction he has. No, it's not in scale, but if you couldn't tell that, there is something a little wrong with you. If you have watched this show, you should know that that is not in scale. You fold the legs back out, you do need to fold that down. And that is all the toy does on its own. So before I go into final thoughts, if you are a collector of the Samurai Zords and have not been able to find this, and I can definitely recommend it, finding it online somewhere. It was originally cost was $15, $17.99 at Toys R Us. But if you do really need an Octozord, because you are collecting the Samurai Zords, I would definitely recommend checking Ross first and going on the internet if you can't find it there. Because this thing is getting a little rare. There was an odd translucent version shown at some European toy fair that I cannot remember. But there was that. So anyways, there might be a re-release sometime. We're not really sure yet. But if there isn't and you want to make sure that you get one, I would recommend trying Ross stores or Marshalls. I know they've been popping up there, but there is also the internet. But if this, as a toy on its own, can I recommend this to casual fans? Not really, unless you find it on sale at like Ross or something. It's like, oh, this is neat, it's a little Zord. Then definitely recommend it. It's definitely very accurate to the Japanese version. The pegs and wheels aside. It looks really nice. And the Gold Ranger figure is kind of cool. But, of course, this is a Zord. So it does combine with things like, for example, it does in fact combine with the Samurai Megazord. So to get Octozord prepared, you want to rip his head off, as violent as it sounds. The head pops right off. There is some pegs, and it pops straight off. So you got this piece here. You want to close this and pop that off, and flip out this little handle. And there you go. Put that off to the side for now. You want to prep the Samurai Megazord, take his sword out, take his helmet away, and you are going to leave his helmet on, because I forgot things. This is one of the few auxiliaries that doesn't get rid of his helmet. So you want to give him a shield here, which just goes straight in his hand. Flip this connector peg up, plug this on here, which is a process. How does this plug on here? Oh, it goes like, oh, it goes up here, so there's a couple little pegs there. It goes facing, which you can't see, facing that direction with things like that, and then taking this, there's a little clip point here, clip there, clip that in, and there is the Octo Spear Megazord, which is the first time all 6 Rangers could be in the Megazord cockpit at once. Now you can do the final attack in the show and extend the spear, and that does look really nice. It looks amazing. Out of all the auxiliary combinations so far, this is the most accurate of all of them. It combines exactly like the Japanese version. Octo head on the arm, Octo shield, Octo wing pack, I guess. So this looks perfectly accurate to the show. They did give, because of the weird articulation in the Megazord's arms, his shield is like that. But there you go. There's nothing much to it. As you can see, it pegs in and does kind of stick out, but minor complaints. This looks really nice. It's probably one of the nicer looking modes of the Samurai Megazord. Now, because the Clawzord is also Antonio's Zord, you can combine Mr. Octozord with him. Clawzord's all prepped to go for right now. All we need to do with Octo again is pop this part here and close this up and open that up. That's all you need to do for him. This is all ready to go. So first of all, you take and you need to prep this a little bit. You need to turn to the north face, which we haven't seen before in my reviews, because it did not show up, but there it is. There is the north face. Cloud Battlezord North, also known as Cloud Battlezord North. I don't know if it had another name. Anyways, this system, how you're supposed to do it, I should say this. You're supposed to do it like this. You're supposed to have him hold on to that peg, and you can position that down. That looks dumb and unshow accurate. So you're going to close this up, and then you can take this piece and wedge his hand like that, and it just kind of rests there. And, I mean, it looks really good otherwise. And then you just peg this onto there, and bam, there you go. There is the Claw Battlezord North, which you can see there is perfectly accurate to the show once you do the little modification. It is really cool looking, I gotta say. Yeah, not much else to it. If you do move the arm too much, this will fall right out. By too much, I mean anything at all. But it does clip in there like that. It does fit on his arm. It just takes a little finagling. But there you go. That is the Claw Battlezord North. Now we're on to the final combination of the Octozord. It can combine with the Samurai Battle Wing to form the Samurai Battle Cannon, because the Claw Armor Megazord was a combination of the main 5 Rangers and Antonio's Zord, and then this is main 5 Rangers, auxiliaries, plus Antonio's Zord. So to prep the Octozord, you want to take and disassemble him here, disassemble his head, fold that down, and then take this piece and clip it back here. like that. And you see these two little pegs will fit into those two slots, and it will work like that. Then you want to take the actual battle cannon, or the battle wing, pop the head off, remove the crown. This head goes back here. You can pop the tail off and put it back onto the swordfish, like that. You can reposition that. You want to turn these around. The drills will need to be turned around. Also remove the tiger helmet. On the bottom here, turn the drills around like that. And then what you need to do is adjust your camera. So we'll tip the camera up here. You're going to take the base here. You're going to take the tiger helmet. There's a couple slots. There's a couple holes. It just slots into here somehow. Oh, alright. I think this is how you do it. Darn it, I should have done this in advance. There are tabs. Oh, right, it just slides on like this. There are a couple little grooves on the helmet. That goes in there. This pegs onto his head. Now, you can't turn it around like the Japanese version. It's just there. Deal with it. There is a series. There's two clips there. There's two clasps here. And I realize these legs are the wrong direction. They need to be with the pegs facing out, or else it's not going to fit on. And you'll have the cause of the helmet to fall off of its stand. And then, last but not least, you just peg this right on. Then you take the Octozord. There's a little hole there. Goes onto the black peg in front. There you have the samurai battle cannon in all its glory. It looks really nice. It does look like the show. Again, the tiger feet kind of ruin the effect a little bit, but, you know, it doesn't look too bad. And when you throw the Claw Armor Megazord behind it, then you've got that epic picture. Which, yeah, the battle cannon is a little short, but what can you do? The Zords look nice. But yeah, there you go. So like I said earlier, the Octozord, I can definitely recommend it to Samurai Zord collectors. As you can see, it is compatible with both Megazords and the other auxiliary Zords. So it is definitely worth your money if you do have those other Zords. But if you don't, I would say it's probably cheaper to find a Japanese version if you want a squid to sit on your disc. Overall, definitely recommended if you're collecting the Zords, but otherwise, it's a pretty easy pass. So be sure to stay tuned for more Samurai reviews, as next up will be the Shark Zord. And then check out RidersRangersandRambles.com for token news and more in the craziest way possible. Until next time, saying goodbye.